There seems to be a skip on this thing, and I don't know why. What's up? I don't know why. So I guess I'll ask you guys later if the microphone is all good once folks start actually showing up. I think I need to move that thing back. I got the fan going because it is hotter than camel booty out here. It is hot. All right. So, and that's not how the phrase goes, but we're going to keep it PG. Anyway, all right, let me see. Let me push this back. Give me 3 feet. All right. So maybe that does better. Who knows? All right, so I'm going to run a couple of things first and then get into the God stuff in a minute. Put this here. Why are you showing me this crap I don't want to see? Go away. Good. All right. I don't think I've done any of the daily stuff today. I thought I had, but I guess I did all that stuff before 9. Let's go ahead and go to the useless stamp corridor where you get absolutely none of what you need. No, not stamp corridor. Realm of Mutation, sorry. For the set stamps, where you get absolutely nothing what you need. Run that real quick just to get the energy freed up a bit. I literally was doing fine, and then the second I switched over my system to start doing this, headache. Immediately. So, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. Let's get this up real quick. Hey, Dovet, what are you doing? Don't you disobey me. How are you being a problem now? Okay. I got to get my daughter to clean off this tablet. This thing is moving like it's 300 years old. And the problem is that we got more games and whatnot on this thing. Anyway, let's see. So that's done, and I'm going to get none of what I need. Hi, yay. Absolutely none of what I need. All right, here we go. Yay, why? I am farming for Inner Hollow set stamps right now. But no. Inner Hollow and Kenpachi got some kind of optimization, and I brought this up like on different discords and everything. What's up, Shogun? I brought this up on different discords and everything. I brought it up on my Discord, the Bleach Discord, where those guys just don't want to talk about Bleach. They want to talk about anything but Bleach. I mean, anyway. And I was like, there was an optimization that happened with Inner Hollow and Kenpachi. And I feel like they're worse now. And not only do I feel that way, I can show, because I just run training stuff to test their strength against the thrust team. And they performed better before the optimization than after. And I hadn't done any changes to them at all. And so now it is this optimization make them worse. Did it make the Slash team worse? This might be okay, actually. Right? This ain't... Wait, no. This is a third piece. This actually sucks. All right, so we'll go back and then... Wait, no. That's a third piece, right? Yeah. Nope, it sucks. And then... HP, up. That is a... Yeah, okay. Anyway, so I can't get a straight answer on that. Or was there... In fact, I can say that there was an optimization of Kenpachi and Inner Hollow. I know that because they made the announcement. It's right here. Character optimization. Inner Hollow, Kenpachi. Since they've done this, my Slash team seems to have gotten worse. And I feel like I'm going crazy because whenever I ask anybody this question, nobody replies. Not even that, oh, I don't know, I didn't notice. Nobody says a word. It just gets ignored. And I'm like, yo. They'll at least be like, I don't know. It's like shouting into a vortex. But anyway. And now I'm rebuilding Inner Hollow. I did on my True Shikai Ichigo. I got his core stamp up to 5. Thank you, Battle Pass. And this morning I was riding this luck. So I had I was doing Stamp Corridor to get the core stamp, and then 2 times in a row I got 2 shadow boxes without being at that limit, that guarantee for shadow box. So I ended up with 4 shadow boxes in a row. So that helped with this thing to level that up a bit. And I think I leveled up something I can't even remember. I think it was Inner Hollow was the other. Well, no, he was the other one that I got, and then I already had him at 5, so I didn't need it. And Toshihiro I had him at 5, I didn't need it, and there was someone else that I got. I can't remember who the other one was. It wasn't Okyoto, was it? Because he's still at 4 right now. No, he's still at 3, and I was going to farm for him, but I decided to farm for Kenpachi instead, because his team is way stronger than the Slash team, so I'm going to need more support on the Slash. I cannot remember who the other core stamp was, but I got 4. No. The 4th one was one of those crappy ass 5-star stamps that nobody uses, which should be removed from the guaranteed thing. Why are those still in the shadow box? They suck. It was one of. I can even show you which one. It was this one. I got this from a shadow box. For why? For who? For what? What do we? Why is that still in the shadow box? We have enough characters. And I saw somebody put that on Reddit, I think. We have enough characters. We got enough other core stamps. This one and this one, they can go away. And this 3rd one. They don't need to be in the shadow boxes. They can be in the regular old craptastic pulls. Anyway, it is what it is. They won't listen to me. So, with True Shikai, I was able to get his core stamp up to 5. I left this at ailment damage. This is still at crit rate with ailment damage, crit rate, and attack. Good rolls on crit rate. And I believe it was this at the thrust. Now the problem I have is that if we go back to stats, I still don't think. Oh yeah, I'm at 83.28% on my crit rate, but my crit damage is only 80%. And so I wanted to rebuild my set stamps a little bit to remove some of the crit and add some crit rate, but that's going to be a delicate balance. This was the ailment damage where I have crit rate, attack, and blah, blah. That's going to be a delicate balance, right? I feel like I have to keep this one, and then this is the one where that already has 2 rolls on crit damage. You know what I'm saying? So we're in a precarious situation. The last thing I had was this crit damage here, where I have crit damage, and then 11.5. I'm tempted to, let me see what happens here when I add this. If I'm still above 60, I think I'm going to keep this one, despite the debate that I had with Hakeem, where he ended up being absolutely right. Don't get that twisted. He was absolutely right. But ailment damage, I'm going to get 38.4 versus 19. Crit rate, I'm going to lose 47.3% crit rate and then get 11.5% back. That is ugly, right? That's not cute. That's not cute at all. That is far from cute. Why did I do it that way? That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Because my crit is back to 48%, even though my crit damage is up to 160. And unless I can get like a 3 roll on crit rate over here, for example, which we love that ailment damage. I got 2 rolls on that. I want to keep that. So then we come back over here, and I already got 2 rolls on crit rate. How much more crit rate am I going to get? So it looks like the middle piece is going to have to stay here, but I'm saving this one. I'm still not going to. I dismantled some of my set stamps to 6-star. Well, you can't dismantle 6-star set stamps, but I dismantled some of the ones that I took up level 25 to get those resources back, because you do get those resources back. It sucks. I need more crit rate or crit damage equipped. Anyway, it is what it is, I guess. First world problems. Should probably be going through all of this as I'm doing the guide, but I'm trying to keep the guide shorter. But yeah, he seems to be solid. Breach, and I have no. Well, it wouldn't matter anyway. The thing that would matter is on his weapon stamp. If this gives me, it gives me crit rate on his weapon stamp. If I could pull and get like a plus 10%, which I don't think would happen, I need to. I wonder if they. Usually they tell you. Let me see. What I have been doing is pull for no. That's what I have been doing. This one. They don't let me get the. Where's the? I don't see the magnifying glass. I need to find where they will allow me to look at the weapon stamp. Nope, character stamps. Weapon stamps. There we go. Where are you? Where are you? Right there. It doesn't tell you what the. I'm trying to see if they can tell us like what the next one is gonna be. Because if the next one takes it from 30 to 40, we're in business. Otherwise, I have to leave that crit rate piece on there so I can have 83% crit rate, which is great, but I don't need 80%. I do need more crit damage, but I definitely need more than 48%. Boo. Anyway. So that's Shikai's build. I'm going to go over that all again when I start doing the guide. I will go through all of that again. Oh. Or I guess maybe I should call it more of a review than a guide. But, don't do that. Let's see. So that's taken care of. This here. Reclaim the front line. We can run this real quick, but we've already claimed the front line. So let's see. No more than 5 times. I never dodge because this is on auto. Clear 90 seconds. We'll put Shikai in action. We'll let that run. Now the argument, and I need to go check the boundary for Nell because I'm gonna be pulling for her dupe. I already got True Shikai, and going along with my whole argument, tactical over everybody else, feels like the smarter move is to pull for more Nell. Getting more True Shikai, though more powerful, he only helps himself. She helps everybody. So that's the way I'm gonna rock with it. But I wonder if they can beat him in 90 seconds. What's the limit now? 15? But yeah, so the plan is to go ahead, pull for Nell, like dupes of Nell. And then, how long did this take? 24 seconds. Woot woot. And then try to level her up as a tactical character that'll help everybody, not just themselves. All right. Dodge. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Clear the stage, taking no more than 16 shots. Go to quest. I'm pretty sure we can do that. Duck, dip, dive, dodge. Alrighty. Oh, and I'm coming to the conclusion. I don't know if I'm going to see Spider-Man Brand New Day on the day it comes out. I want to see it. I do. But I'm tempted not to. Even though I just saw John and Tom on Hot Ones, and it was a very good episode. Hot Ones always has good episodes. I don't know what I'm talking about. But, like, I don't know if I want to see that movie the day it comes out. I don't. It could be really good, but it could also be heartbreaking. And also Disney Plus. So, like, why not just wait for Disney Plus? Why are we not doing damage, guys? Without taking more than 16 hits. I've taken 0 hits. That's what's up. That is what is up. Let's go. So, and I think I have been pulling for Nell. Since I got True Shikai, I have been pulling for Nell. And I want to get her to B2 before this event ends. But, and this is my question too. We're going to have another week of Nell, right? And then when they do that transition and have the banner over, that means that it's going to be the next Candace is going to be the next character. Supposedly, if they go by the pattern of the boss is now the next character that's going to be added. She's going to be the next one. And that means they're going to change the rerun of whatever other character that they're going to put out. Dodge 5 times, blah, blah, blah. Thrust characters, that's what we're using. Lego. You got this house. Okay, one sec. One sec. Okay. All right. So I think after this, we can start getting into a little bit of True Shikai and how I'm trying to build him. Because I do think he's an absolute damage beast now that they've given him the buff. And I would love to know if anybody out there has that link and can put it in the chat. I wanted to talk specifically about the buffs that they did, and they didn't give us a notification in-game for me to go to look at, unless I missed it. Only thing they gave us was that whole Inner Hollow Kenpachi thing, or at least the one that I saw. So I want to know, or I want to put in there about the buffs. What's up, Big Sweet? Well, we'll see about Spider-Man. It's tomorrow, right? And I was actually thinking about going to a museum instead of Spider-Man tomorrow. What? Yeah. I'm being influenced. All right. Now we'll see. We'll see about tomorrow if I go. I'm saying no now. Oh, damn, I'm out of runs. All right. I'm saying no now, but we'll see if I go see Spider-Man tomorrow. Which I'm in Switzerland for those of you that don't know. So Spider-Man comes out here Wednesday, and I know for you guys it's Friday, right? But for us, it comes out tomorrow. Okay. Oh yeah, come to find out, that whole Reclaim the Front Line video that I put out, apparently I just dual uploaded the same video and it was never out. So thanks guys for letting me know. Somebody put it in my comment section and I appreciate you. They were like, this is the same video as that other video. I was like, damn it. It's been up for 7 days. It has 500 views. Why did no one else say that? No, I'm not an NTE hater. I'm not. But I will say this, and it's not even NTE is starting to have the same issue that 7 Deadly Sins is having for me, where it is you have to be aware and playing it fully all the time, and all that grindy same rotations over and over and over again without an auto it has turned me off towards 7 Deadly Sins, even though I still like that game. Is this open? Dadgummit. NTE is the same, where it's like I know I have to sit down and do it, and I do like that game. I think it's an awesome game. but I have to be motivated to focus in on it. Did I see? No. I haven't opened it up. All right, so what we're gonna do now is try to get into True Shikai. No one has put in the actual improvements that they made. I think I need to get rid of this energy. Reclaim the front. Oh, the stamp crafting. We get one premium generation that allows us to add these things. All that work for one piece of a 3-set stamp that I get to decide the stats on. Unless I miss something, that's lame as, you know. Okay, whatever, dog. One. All that set stamp pain they put us through. One. Can't even buy it with all these credits I've saved up. One. Okay, I'll hop in and pull because I think I have everything done. Yo, man, after Nell, do you know what's the next banner? I don't know what the next rerun banner is. However, there is, quote unquote, seemingly a pattern where it is, oh, dadgummit, where maybe I'm just standing next to her already. The boss of this level, is she here? Candace. Where you at, Candace? Up there. I am pretty sure she will be the next. Candace Catnip will be the next. I don't want anything. You just battle her so you can see. Will be the next banner that goes out. I don't know what the next rerun is going to be. And part of that is the fact that if I knew what her type was, do they even give us like a little bit of information on how to battle her? Candace will be periodically summoning lightning strikes, shock, blah, blah. Reduces the ultimate cooldown and increases the ultimate damage. For thrust characters, if Ichigo dual sun gets it. Okay. So it doesn't give you like any kind of type, because if you told me her type, I could hazard a guess. They seem to be leaning towards running, rerunning tactical characters. Albeit, no, they ran Aizen and Creepy Dude together at the same time. Then they ran Aizen. Aizen's the most rerun, and then they ran Soifan instead of running Mayuri, which Mayuri is a support. Soifan is a tactical, and then Nell, and not not Mayuri. Oh, sorry, Soifan, and there wasn't a support. My fault. But they're not gonna rerun Inner Hollow. He just happened. Kitsuke is literally one of those original 6. There's no one else on the Slash team that you would give a damn about. Like, they're not gonna be dumb enough to run Bankai. Nobody cares about Bankai. He is not a good character anymore. Let me go to my roster. Well, I'm sitting here trying to think up stuff. If I had to guess, I'm just guessing. Candace, I think, is going to be the next character. They already got her set design, and she's already in the game, which would just go along with the pattern of True Shikai. Soifan just had a rerun. Inner Hollow just came out. You're not going to do Byakuya because he's an original 6. You're not going to do Kisuke because he's an original 6. Same thing with Yaruichi. Nell is being rerun right now. Toshihiro, that would be like the whole Bankai thing. You can't rerun those two. Those two are probably about to be added to the regular banners soon, because they came out when the game came out. It was like Bankai and then Toshihiro right on the back of it. So a legit like 7-8 months ago or whatever. We're gonna wait. The only one that I could see for real, the two that I could see happening like for real, are either Kenpachi or Mayuri. They're the only ones who haven't had a rerun yet. They just did that optimization of Kenpachi, and I don't think Candace is gonna be a Slash character, but still. I see you think Nell is a must character. It is and we'll get into it when I do the guide. It's a philosophy thing. It really is a philosophy thing. It's tactical characters over everything, and the main reason for that is their battlefield skill. They Mayuri is unique, Kitsuke is unique as support characters because they do boost everything about your team in terms of like the attack from Kitsuke, the alignment, mastery, upgrade from Mayuri. They're good. They're very, very good characters. She gives 60% ailment damage, like 60% increase in ailment mastery. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that is huge. That is absolutely a huge thing to do to all of your characters. So even if you don't have True Shikai and you're still just running Gin because you couldn't pull him, you can run. Gin is gonna run better with Nell than he is with True Shikai. See what I mean? Like Mayuri is gonna perform better with Nell than he is with True Shikai and Gin because of this. The battlefield skills make a massive difference. Same thing with Aizen. Aizen is a monster by himself, but take his battlefield skill. Aizen battlefield skill is active. All teammates, all type damage increases by 30%. Your entire roster gets better. From what I remember for the leaks, there's no specific type associated with the characters at the moment, but the next characters to be Bambietta, a tactical, followed by Uryu as DPS. Now that was a thing. And Sean, I appreciate it. And also, guys, and I, Sean's, just giving us with the leaks and everything else. Be careful with that because they just put out another statement saying don't listen to leaks. And the last time they did that, everybody was geared up to go for, I think it was Aizen, and then Gin came out. And they just, whether they switched it up or the leaks were wrong, who knows? But it felt very, very pointed because they were like, yo, leaks, don't listen to leaks. And then folks were listening to leaks, and then it was like, leaks wrong. You know what I mean? So this is all fun speculation. Nobody knows a thing, and I appreciate Sean for coming through with it. That from what I have seen, or what I have assumed, is that Candace is going to be next because she's in the game right now. That's basically, she's the boss, and I think they did something similar previously, where like she's the boss that you're fighting. So then just sliding her in as a playable character now, is it going to be that hard? I don't know. That's a guess. I say you think Nell is a must character. Also, Aizen, do you think Aizen will be rerun? I tried him and he's a cool character. They just reran Aizen before here. So like it was Ulquiorra with the rerun of Creepy Dude and Aizen together. They did a dual thing for the first time where you could pick either Aizen or Creepy Dude to go for. I highly doubt that they're going to take a 3-week break off of that and then run Aizen again. That feels like it's not going to happen. Kenpachi's seen one rerun, I believe, when Inner Hollow came out, right? About 6 weeks ago. So if I had to guess, the rerun would be Mayuri. Huge just, I'm pulling something out of my tuchus, right? It could be Pantera for all I know. But like, I'm guessing it's going to be Mayuri. But yeah, so I'm going to lean towards the tactical characters every single time because the battlefield skill means that all characters in the team gain 40% increased strike damage. They're going, like, you don't want Yadoichi on your team, but if you try to pull Pantera and you don't get Pantera, you can run, base Grimjow with Yadoichi and Soifan, and that's going to be better than running Pantera with base Grimjow and Yadoichi. See what I'm saying? So like Nell, to me, is going to be, I still would put her over Mayuri, but that's a close thing. That's really like, he's very, very unique. But she's going to be over True Shikai to me because she improves everybody. Her versatility is just insane. 28,821J. Good on you. So you are ready for the world. You are ready for whatever comes next. What in the world? Okay, let me stop. But yeah, I don't know about the leaks. Or I don't put it like this, not saying like I don't know. But that is where my guess is. And I thought Uryu was supposed to be, from what I heard, Uryu is supposed to be a spirit tactical in the vein to replace Aizen. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but that's what from the stream I think someone said that. So that is what I heard, is that Uryu was supposed to be a spirit tactical character, and that's gonna be competing with Aizen. All leaks, all fun speculation, guys. All fun speculation. Nail over Mayuri and TS. Yeah. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. But I will put it this way. In fact, you know what? Let's do an experiment. Oh no, it does change day by day, and it's all over the place. And that's the fun part. That's why it's like I should do a video just called Wild Reckless Speculation and just put that everywhere. But she's the worst character in the team. How about this? How well does True Shikai perform without the boost of 60% damage from her? We can run that. Just give me a replacement for Nell that you want to put up. Because the thing is like seeing these big numbers come from True Shikai. Oh my God, the numbers are big. But you don't pay attention to the people in the background who are helping. And it's like, oh, well, she only does X amount of damage. Yeah. Well, yeah. True Shikai is dominating the field. But what we can do is we can run True Shikai with who? Mayuri and... Oh, what's up? Sensei, Geek Sensei. We can run Mayuri and, funnily enough, Kitsuke will give you a 60% increased attack. Right? So we can run them with two... We can run him with two guys that are going to boost his damage. Because I could be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong. Not a problem. How well does she perform without Mayuri? Or fair. But she's not a damage dealer. That's the point. That's her entire role is not for the numbers. Her entire role is to support. Same thing with Soi Fan. Her entire role is not to do anything herself per se in terms of damage. It is to do that. Inner Hollow, he does a bunch of damage. What he's supposed to do is support others. But we can run it. If we take any of these characters individually, I think True Shikai would outperform her in damage in a lot of scenarios, to be fair. In a lot of scenarios. But then when he gets power crept and falls off, and there's that next thrust character that comes in, i.e. like with Gin was this amazing damage dealer. He's doing so much damage. And now he's gone and you're putting in True Shikai and keeping Nell. And Gin is trash. That's how it's gonna work. You put him with Tosin. Good one. Good call. But to be fair though, I think my Tosin would actually be let me see what my Tosin looks like. I don't think that would be a fair one for True Shikai, because I think my Tosin is not really well developed, if I'm being real with you. I'm not the type to be like, I'm going to put you in a bad situation just so that I'm right. You know what I'm saying? I want to be fair about it. So his core stamp is at 5. I mean, where's his battlefield skill? But we can run this experiment right now. See, I haven't even developed that stuff, although I think I have the energy for it. While active, the battlefield skill grants the whole team a default 30%. That's going to be less than hers. If we're only worried about battlefield threat, and this is the other part of it too, she takes up too much screen time as a tactical, where Soifana and Hollow Ichigo don't. Inner Hollow takes up a bunch of time and does a lot of damage. Soifan, you're right. But Soifan is designed to be like back and forth with Pantera. That's why like Base Grimjow sucks with her. I hate saying that he sucks, but he does. I love Base Grimjow in terms of like the look. Takes up an amount of screen time. As a DPS, she worked well with Gin because Gin's the only one that doesn't require much screen time. Fair. Slide. I'll let that slide. I don't know if I'm saying fair, but I'll let that slide. I want to try this. I'll run him with Tosin, but this does not. And Tosin takes up a lot of battlefield time too, though, right? I don't know if this is going to be a fair comparison for you. Let me upgrade the battlefield skill now. Ain't gonna work, right? And I need to get rid of this energy anyway. And why not? Let me, as my saying goes, let me ruin my account so you don't have to ruin yours. And Tosin is one of the original 6. Like, Kisuke is clearly the best one, and that's the one you want to go with. But he is one of the original 6 of where don't put a bunch of resources into him. But if you gotta, you gotta, and it's okay, right? Like, he's not Byakuya. Let me see. We're gonna try to make him a little bit better, just so that this is a little bit more of an even matchup. Because where it stands right now, she does take up more screen time, but so did Tosin takes up a lot of screen time too, especially when he runs his ultimate. Whenever he runs his like ultimate, he just stays on the field though. Well, we can see. We'll run it now. And then we'll just do this. I don't want to put too many resources into this dude. I'm not really. It's clear that Nell is better than him. Anyway, so we'll do this, and we'll run Shikai with use. Let's see. Deploy. All right. Boop. Let's do 2 minutes. Let's try 2 minutes. Ugh. Oh, whoa. We have to be more scientific about this. Where are you going? There we go. All right. So then we'll see. Because this has been the theory that I've had, a long-standing theory, where it is tactical is where you want to be. Like Shikai, the advantages that he's going to get when you take him like as a dupe, it only applies to him. He doesn't help anybody else out. And then once he's power crept, then those duped resources don't mean anything. When it comes to, see, this is what I meant. I don't think, see how much time. Like, this is not going to be a good. Okay, well, you said he doesn't take up that much screen time. Anyway. I always put it on auto because that removes the aspect of human error. That's how I test every single team, because you do not have to worry about human error when you do it that way. When you do, like, especially when it comes to testing, when you do it with your fingers, sometimes you're going to be good and sometimes you're going to screw up a rotation. You have to do it over and over and over again. If you do it like this, you get the same rotations every single time period. So, yeah. That's where everything is based. So that way, when I say like the slash team prior to this is better than what they did with the optimization, I can say that because it is, we've done the exact same thing every single time. The only thing that changed was your optimization, and now they're worse. So anyway, it is what it is. I mean, to be fair, they're doing better than I thought they would. They're doing way better than I thought they would, but like, okay. All right. Oh boy. And then next, guys, we will do the True Shikai guide. But now I'm actually genuinely curious about when I take True Shikai off and put Gin on, because I think looking at the numbers already, like I'm pretty sure. I think it was 3 something or another, and this one is going to be below 300 million. But that's also what I meant by like the set stamps need to be built better. It is what it is, though. Oh wait, That's getting closer to the number that I thought it was for with Gin instead of with True Shikai. Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, the True Shikai is trash. Not the True Shikai. The Gin that I have, his set stamps are terrible. It's a pretty high combo. Well, I mean, the guy's not attacking us, so what are we talking about here? All right, so it is damage output. Yeah, he's on the field a ton. 63 seconds, 315. That's cool. But the overall damage is 337. All right, bet. Leave. And here's the funny part. I do not think that the difference that this is going to be is as large as I would have assumed, if I'm being fair. Oh, we get to name the teams. Can we get a couple more slides? Okay, I'm being extra. All right, so let's put Gin in, and I can show my Gin. I think this was from before, where my Gin was not great at all. His set stamps are all level 60. Ailment. I think it was really just the one crit rate. Yeah, this defense roll here. This 2 hits on HP. Blah, ultimate charge rate. Well, ultimate charge rate, crit damage. Another roll on HP. Blah. But anyway, it is what it is. To be fair, Tosin's set stamps and setup was way worse. Way worse. And then we run for 2 minutes. Hey. There we go. What just happened there? That was weird. What was that? All right. I think the last time I did this with them, it was at 350 something or whatever. So the difference is not going to be that much worse. When you run all 3 of them together, like True Shikai and all of them, I ended up with something like 750 million, which is awesome. And I also believe like the set stamps that I had on Nell aren't the best in the world either. But the plus side, and I will say this, the advantage here in this whole training thing is that the damage for them based on Nell's kit increases as the combo goes up. So they do have an advantage here where it's like they're going to just keep going and going and going and going and going. Well, yeah, all that stuff is dependent. It depends 100% on how you build them. 100% on how you build them. But the idea is that, and that's what I said about the Tosin thing, where I was like, I'm not comfortable putting him in there with True Shikai, even if it was better, because the way I have him built and how I have him like underdeveloped, I have a 5x core stamp, fine. And then I think I have him B1, B2, or whatever. But I have not built him properly. So I haven't built Gin properly. So like I wasn't comfortable with the idea that he was going to be the one that's like the difference maker for True Shikai and making him seem better than Nell. Albeit you still may win this one. Because at the moment, we are behind on the scoreboard. So you might still have it. You might still have it. But running them all together is fun. Ooh. Oh, and that was the other part of it too. And you know what? All these things I'm talking about, I'm gonna go ahead and just put them in the video when I make the video. Oh wait, no, that doesn't matter. I did change the one of the sets, one of the set stamps on Geen. I did. I should have changed it back, but it doesn't matter. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. I thought I was frozen. But now I am genuinely curious if I made Tosin a little bit better, how would that go? And if I made Nell a little bit better, how would that go? I'm genuinely curious about those two things now. You might got me. You might got me. True, Shikai put out more damage with Tosin than, well, not than with Nell, but than Nell did with Geen. And Mayuri is the constant, the control. We won't count him as anything. Still gonna dupe Nell though. I'm still gonna dupe Nell though. Dupe, Majestic. 100%. Like the idea that I have to run Mayuri with, yeah, he got me by 20 mil, 15 mil, 16 mil, something like that. Not as big of a difference as I would have assumed it would have been though. 100%. Now how much is she? But and that's the thing too. How long is she on the field? 73 seconds. Which I'm not a huge fan of, and I do agree with that. I do agree with that part of it. One thing that I would love to have is the idea that I don't have to run my Yuri with the strike team. Can we have a full strike team? Can we have a full strike team? Okay, so we run Tsushika with them all together because that's just fun numbers to see. But this was the thing. TS just outscales Geen by so much. That's why. True. However, to your point of what you were saying, the amount of time that Nell has to be on the field is obnoxious. It is truly obnoxious. The problem that I have with the whole concept is the fact that, and it's not even the problem with the concept. It's the idea of the battlefield skill is just such a big deal. Aizen, for example, the only reason Aizen does not annoy the hell out of me is because of how much damage he does. But the fact that that dude stays on stage, he wants to be seen all the time. Toshihiro is still a very, very, very good damage dealer, but you can't run him with Aizen because Aizen is going to stay on the field, and the more Aizen is on the field, the better I do because he's B6. But like, you had to have a support character and creepy dude that's just going to be in the background. You have Ulquiorra, who works with them. They work well together, but Aizen stays on the field. He just does a great job of doing a bunch of damage. But he stays on the field. I would say like Soifan would be much better with a support strike that's like a legitimately one made for them. Like for real. Because she does just switch out a lot. I need to check on the inner hollow thing too though. Like with the HM Frenzy Feast, we need a strike support back. 100%. And that's the issue that I'm running into with Endless Trial Tower, is that I'm having to negotiate around running my Yuri with the strike team, putting Kitsuke on this is what I've done so far, putting Kitsuke on the thrust team, and then putting Bankai Ichigo with Kenpachi and MFN. Who's the other one? I can't think. Inner Hollow at the very beginning of the tower. Just because my Yuri has to be on the strike team. Because I can run Yadoichi in that situation for like two floors. And that's it. I'm done. I'm toasted. Aizen's another one that he's kind of an anomaly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the thing. Aizen not sucks, but Aizen is what the problem is with Nell until B4 where he ignores defense. 50% of defense. That's when it's like, oh, if Nell at B2 ignored defense, none of this would be a complaint. Nobody would be complaining about how much time she's on the field. It's like, no, she just has to do that. That's what it is. But like if this was, God, their numbers are so much better together. But if this were like to that point, if she had ignored defense at B2, you wouldn't complain about the time. Neither would I. Would complain about her time on the field. Nobody would care. She'd just be Aizen. Anyway. All right. And I will say this to the whole True Shikai thing. You know what? Let's get to it. We're going to come in. Start recording in 3, 2. So, myself, Majestic, Sean, we're all just discussing in the chat. Shout out Shogun. Shout out Geek Sensei. We're all discussing in the chat about True Shikai, Ichigo. And Majestic and I were having this debate about like Nell versus True Shikai, who you should dupe. I'm always, and if you've watched this channel before, I always lean towards the tactical. You dupe the tactical characters. They're too important. Their battlefield skill matters too much. They can drop in the damage output and everything else. But that skill that they're going to give to the other characters, it lifts the whole team. Whereas damage dealers, they get power crept in like 6 to 9 weeks. Or they lose a lot of their value in 6 weeks, and then they get power crept along the way. So we're going to see here what True Shikai does against Nell. And then the main problem with Nell. 444. That's all fours. Shout out to the homegirl Alessia. He's on the field for a significant amount of time. And he kind of forces Nell to get off of the field. Nell loves being on the field. A lot. And this does create a debate with Nell. If Nell was like Aizen, who at B4 ignores defense, which is what we were just talking about, then she wouldn't be the issue. However, she stays on the field like an Aizen does, kind of like what a damage dealer, behaving like she wants to be a damage dealer, but not putting out that kind of output. You want True Shikai on the field as long as possible. In any case, we're going to go ahead and hop into the video and talk about Ichigo True Shikai. Let's get to it. All right. Genuinely curious now. Oh no, her damage doesn't hold a handle. No. I was never debating the damage part. The damage was never the issue. The issue was always like the amount of boost she gives with the ailment damage and ailment mastery, and then the other damage that she like provides to the other characters. True Shikai, look at how much damage he did versus when he was with Tosin. Like, it's nuts, right? So there's such a benefit to having her on the team, but at the same time, you don't need to be on the field for 39 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. And I was wondering, the thing I was just thinking of, but Kitsuke has this issue too. And you know what? As I'm recording, I'm going to try this as well. We're going to run True Shikai with Kitsuke. That was 444 million that he just did, right? Kitsuke likes to be on the field, not a lot, but it's not like Mayuri where it's like, yeah. Okay, the reason why I'm running Kitsuke in this scenario is he adds He adds 60% attack to all characters on the field. Okay? She's adding 60% thrust damage. That's part of the battlefield skill, right? So the idea is maybe, if we put Kitsuke here, hopefully he's on the field less time, which boosts True Shikai's damage. Long shot. I know. Why not, though? What else we gonna do? No worries, Majestic. No worries. We're sitting here like I'm talking on a camera and you're trying to type things into a chat. I don't know if my Kitsuke is at B4. I think he's at B2. But he does want to be. A lot of the earlier characters don't do a lot in terms of switching off frequently. Like the switching off frequently thing is something, and I'm not like an expert, something that kind of came along with Soifon, where like she wants to switch off and then Pantera fits that scheme, right? If you look at all the other characters, but the ones prior to that, Gin too. Gin switches off, but he doesn't really benefit. Well, he kind of does with that counter. But Toshihiro wants to be on the field. Aizen wants to be on the field. Bankai can't get his ass off the field, right? Like, Yadoichi switches ish. Tosen wants to be on the field. Like, there's so many of the earlier characters that are just kind of like, no, man, this is my time to shine. And they stay on the field for so long. I'm actually surprised. I don't know if it's a Shikai thing, a true Shikai thing, where does he switch Nell out more frequently? Like, does he demand to be on the field more often because of just how he's built? But we'll see in a second. See, nope. This was not going to boost anything. Damn it. Damn. It's got to be Nell. Oh well. It's not unfortunate. I'm doing a bunch of damage. I'm not really complaining. I was just hoping there was a way to get somebody who isn't on the field as much to let True Shikai go. And see, Kitsuke, what are you? And I can't think of any other support. Like Mayuri and Kitsuke are truly like the unique ones. Creepy dude. Well, Mayuri is because of the ailment, so he can run with like Kenpachi, I guess. But like, it's the ailment thing that's making him better. Kitsuke is just he's on the field too long. Yeah. He has to re-up those buffs. Well. Alright, so we can go ahead and end this. They weren't going to catch up. They're not going to catch up. Boo. I thought it would be some kind of experiment that would work out something, but no. Alright, so let's get to True Shikai. Dovet. There he is. Okay, so coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a Bleach Soul Resonance video. In this video, I'm giving a review / a little bit of a guide. I'm not going to go too deep into it. We're going to keep it short, but just what I've done to build up Ichigo Dual Sangetsu, right? Basically, he's an insane damage dealer. And we did have the debate over like Nell versus True Shikai. I'm always going to lean towards tactical because, hey, they boost the entire team. Do you have arguments for Ulquiorra, for True Shikai, for less for Pantera, but kind of Pantera? He really runs well with Soifon. In terms of duping them so you can up your damage output. However, this is where the argument that I make comes in, and it's not about like whether you dupe them or not, but a little bit of a kind of a theory thing. To me, especially if you're free to play, be very careful when using your resources to dupe any of these characters, including Nell. Because right now, who's important in the game is the Thrust team. They are the most important. 3 weeks, not 3 weeks ago, but like a week and a half ago as of recording, it was the Spirit team. Okay. You had Ulquiorra coming out. You had Creepy Dude and Aizen with a shared banner as they were doing a rerun. Fantastic. Now, just as part of their rotation, there's 4 types. The next type, I'm assuming, is Strike because we had Slash, then Spirit, then Thrust. I guess the next is going to be Strike. I hope to God we get a Strike support. Anyway, so the value of Ulquiorra is going to go down slightly because if you look at the events that they have, we're going to just go to Reforged Blade real fast. If you look at the events that they have when they're having you run these characters, in the first one, they're saying, hey, enemies, more thrust damage, ailment damage. Okay, that's the thrust thing. They do ailment damage. And then here for that second chapter, it's more spirit damage, technique. Technique, that's Ulquiorra's thing, right? So as we go to the next event, let's say it is Strike. What's going to end up happening is if you're not focusing, but middle to end game, you're going to be focused more on the events than things like Trial Tower. Now, Trial Tower does have its own issues, but that's more like long-term issues with, i.e., needing a strike support. But when you're going through these events and trying to get higher and higher and higher, the value of the character that you had before, i.e., in this case, would have been Inner Hollow Ichigo. He was the Slash character that came out before Ulquiorra. You're not getting these kinds of boosts. Now, is he still going to do his damn thing? Yes. However, you're getting extra benefits from having the more recent characters. So be careful when it comes down to, True Shikai is a beast, he's a monster. Yes, for the next 6 weeks. Well, right now, the next 4.5, right? So be careful when you try to dupe them up, unless, and of course, this is the rule that applies to everything. If it's your favorite character, go for it. This is fun. We're having a good time, right? If it's your favorite character, knock them out. But I feel like I have to get that PSA. Maybe I'll just make that like a standard thing at the end of every video, but be careful when you just try to dupe them. Now, the way that I have True Shikai built is thrust. Ailment damage is the first thing because of the breach mark that he's putting down. Then we go crit damage. Now, in this middle piece, I did have a crit damage here originally. I do like to aim for crit rate to be at like 60 to 70%, preferably like 70% and up, honestly. And so when I put on this crit damage stamp, I end up with 80% crit damage. However, my crit rate drops to 48%. So I'm only theoretically getting crit 1 in every 2, hopefully. Whereas with this set stamp, I have my crit rate up to 80. So I'm basically critting all the daggum time. However, my crit damage in this one drops to 80%. Whereas with this stamp, my crit damage is at 160. Now I'm tempted to run a trial or the free training that I use to like experiment with these teams. However, the problem with that is going to be how reliable and how consistent is that? Data science nerd, right? How reliable, how consistent is that going to be when I run that? I'm going to run it for fun, for S's and G's, S's and giggles. I'm trying to keep it PG, right? But how reliable is that going to be? Now, when we come over here on the main stamp, I have the ailment damage. I lucked up and got 2 rolls in this ailment damage bonus. I hate the fact that I got 1 roll on flat attack, and I don't like that, and I don't like the HP was here. I'm going to look to replace this stamp, but replacing this stamp is going to be very, very, very hard. But I would prefer to have, of course, crit rate, crit damage, and then attack percent. I have attack percent here. I have 2 rolls on the ailment damage, so I'm letting that ride. So that is what I have on him now. I lucked up on his core stamp. I had 0 core stamps, and so before that, I was using was it this one? No, it was this one. I was using this core stamp on him before, increasing the damage for the next ultimate. Now that I have this here, the core stamp that increases the damage of the breach mark by 50%. For each stack of breach mark applied, the damage dealt by every ultimate increases by 6% up to 150%, etc. I'm not going to read this whole thing out for you. You guys can figure it out. But this also increases the ailment damage by 50%. I do have his weapon stamp. I don't typically dupe weapon stamps. In fact, I don't think I've done a dupe on a weapon stamp except for Aizen. Aizen's a special case for me. He is my one and only B6 character. I did make a financial investment in him. It was worth it. But don't go FOMO. It's fine if you miss out on it. But on his weapon stamp, I am getting that extra 20% crit rate. So greatly appreciated that. I want to run, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I want to run him one time with the crit rate, because here's the thing. 50%, it is a coin flip. 80% is damn near a guarantee. If I gave you a lottery ticket and said you have an 83% chance of winning, you'd be very happy, right? If I gave you a lottery ticket and say 50-50, hey, it's 50-50. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into training. We're going to test out both of those set stamps and see how that goes. Yep, we're going to use this here. And then start battle. And I guess I'll run it for, let's say 2 minutes. Just so we have like a good amount of time. I want to say 60 seconds, but I don't know that that's going to be enough overall time to get like a sufficient amount of hits out there, right? So that we can have a good sample size. So, be right back. Okay, so we're going to try to run this. This time now we have the crit rate stamp on him, crit rate middle, and then the next is crit damage. And the crit damage one, it makes, I kind of want to run with that. A coin flip, 1 in every 2 times. Truth be told, it's about the same. If I'm critting every single time at 80%, isn't that almost the same as critting 1 in every 2 times at 160? Right? Isn't that about the same? It has to be about the same, right? I should really do the math on that, but my brain's tired. But it has to be about the same, no? So should I? Well, we'll see in a second. Because the likely. I'm stupid curious. If I could find some way to get his crit rate up to at least 60, I'd change it like that. I'd change like on that set stamp. If I can get up to 60, like immediately that gets changed. And part of me wonders, should I do it? Part of me wonders if I have that one premium stamp crafting thing where I could craft a stamp that has ailment damage as the main, and then as the substats you have ailment, crit damage, crit rate, and attack. If I put that on there and then ramp that up to 6-star, even if I lose a little bit of ailment damage, I'm gonna have the crit there. Then I'll have extra crit damage as well. It seems like that's the smart way to go. It feels like that's the smart way to go. And it's just one stamp. And I will say, like, all my other stamps on him seem to be really, really good. And the scarcity of that resource makes you want to think 2, 3, 4 times. But for who, for what, for why not? Why not, right? I'm talking myself into this already. Like I'm having a debate with myself as if anybody's providing any kind of argument. No one's talking to me. I'm arguing with myself right now about this. No one's trying to convince me to do a damn thing. And I'm sitting here like, you make a good argument. You make a good point. I'm making the points to myself. Like I'm talking to me right now. All right, where's my pen? There we go. I am talking to me right now. I am convincing my damn self. So on the crit rate stamp. And then by doing that, it's not just I increase the crit rate, I really increase the crit damage. I really increase the crit damage a lot. Okay, I think I have to do that. That's going to have to be the conclusion I come to. If it's the weakest piece of any of your characters, go for it. That's what I'm thinking, Sean. That's what I'm thinking. Like, of any of my characters, no. There are plenty of, how do I put it? It's one of those things of where there are like 3 or 4 characters that are a mess right now. Nell, I could work on and improve. However, picture an apartment. You're at your house, right? And your living room is a mess. Your bedroom is a mess. The kitchen is a mess. Bathroom is kind of all right, right? You go tackle the bathroom first to kind of get your confidence up, get you warmed up, get your legs warmed up so you get ready for like the real stuff you got to go do. But it's an easy thing that you can tick off your to-do list and be like, okay, well, this is in good shape. And since he's a newer character, that is part of it. It is his event, so I feel like he kind of earned it. Then you can kind of sit there and be like, I know you're squared away. I know you're done. I don't have to worry about you anymore, right? And that's kind of where I'm at with it. So with TS, it was 69 seconds, 4639. 46939. All right, 3, 2. Okay, so far with the crit rate, this is with the crit rate middle piece. I got 469.39 million in damage. Now, I've already come to the conclusion that what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my premium stamp generation on the 3rd piece of Ichigo Shikai and hopefully be able to build him up something different. Now, I'm still going to do the crit damage middle piece here, but I'm going to go through that stamp generation. I'm going to show you guys doing that, and then we see what happens. Be right back. All right, so let's do this right fast. There we go. So we leave. The discussion right now is, and I could just show it real quick while I'm about to go do it. I'm changing over the crit damage, the crit rate piece that I have on True Shikai. Why do I have such a hard time? And for the longest, I was confusing Inner Hollow and Gin. I guess it's just because it's 2 really pale white dudes with white hair. That's on me. I got to be a better person. Where are you, bro? Right here in the middle. Red ass, orange ass hair, and I'm missing him. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm switching up and I'm putting this crit damage piece on him. The problem that I have with this crit damage piece is I like my crit rate to be at 60 to 70%, right? But with this piece, my crit drops down to 48%, but my damage is up to 160, right? So the idea of what I wanted to do was come over here to this whole stamp generation thing. I have 1 premium generation that I can do, crafting, whatever you want to call it, that where I can choose. Select the stamp first, then choose the advanced stamps you want to generate. Why do I have only 1 of these stamps? But then that's what I'm going to do, is put ailment damage on the 3rd piece and then do the 3rd as ailment, substats or advanced stats, whatever, as ailment, crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent. That's the idea. So, and then leave crit damage in the middle, and then that way I'll have, when you use it, sure to do crit rate, crit damage. Yeah. That's what I mean. So, sorry, I was just reading it. So that is the idea of what I'm going to do on that stand. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into this training room thing and show Ichigo with crit damage. I did put that on him, right? Now I'm just being old and paranoid. Hold up. I did equip that, right? So yeah, he has the crit damage 64. So he's going to have the 48% crit damage, crit rate with the 160% crit damage. Start. So then crit damage. Oh boy. Boop. A. There we go. Your second piece should be crit rate main stat until you dupe his weapon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I can leave it. If I can use that 3rd piece to get up to crit rate of 60%. I would love for it to be like 65 or 70. Then I'm totally fine with just making that middle piece crit damage. because then I'm at a stable crit rate, right? 60, 70. I call 70 stable crit rate, but I mean 60 theoretically is okay. But that's where my head is that if I go ahead and put that up to 60, and if I do the roll up on that third piece, then at minimum it's going to be 11.5 on top of the 48. So then I'm knocking at 59%, and all I would need is one good roll on that crit rate, and then we're in business. Then we're in business. However, I don't know that I have enough Nexus. I might have to go. Yeah, there's nowhere for me to pull it. Is there? Boo. Boo. There's nowhere for me to pull it. So yeah, I do have the timer running, right? Yeah. All right. Cool. So with the crit rate, and this is an imperfect. I don't like this. The data scientist in me does not like this. This is such an imperfect test because the crit rate is a coin flip. So right now, it could literally be that he does 700 million damage or 100. He's not going to do 100, of course not. But like, there's no consistency because it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. I don't like it. I do not like it. But it is what it is. And right now, yeah, the crit rate at 83% outpaced it. Duh. It's more probable that it's going to happen. Okay. Anyway, but hey, this is how testing works, right? This is how testing works. But obviously, that was going to be the case. That's so obvious. I got lucky with my pieces. I got crit rate on all three pieces, sitting at 91% crit. That is amazing. That is what I need. Exactly what I need. I got my first two pieces are really good. And I even lucked up and have a really good secondary second piece. You know what I mean? Like I have crit rate and crit damage, and the substats, the advanced stats, whatever you want to call them, were really good on the second piece, and on the first piece, good. Really good, no, but good. The third piece is where I rolled on having two advanced stats that I did not want. And then each roll hit alignment damage, and I was like, damn. If I got two rolls on alignment damage on this alignment damage piece, I kind of have to, at least for the time being, until I can figure out a better stamp. Because Lord knows I had to have looked at like 300 set stamp pieces before I got that. Like, we got to fix this system. That thing has got to be somehow, some way. Lord help, somebody got to do something. To get the most crit rate out of him, the crit rate high as, yeah. And that was the thing. Hakeem, who's not on stream right now, he was saying before, and this is where the whole argument from my side, but then he ended up being right because I was miscalculating how my crit rate was going to be calculated. He was like, you're going to have to take True Shika to at least B2. And that's going to give you a guaranteed, I think it was like 30% crit rate. And I was like, I do not feel like duping him though. I do not. Okay, so with the higher crit damage, you're doing less, which obviously you're not hitting it as much. Obviously. But now there it is. And I was going to say in black and white, but there's a lot of colors on the screen. Whoa. You got Discord I can show. It should be in the description. Should be in the description. He wasn't on the field as long, but that's okay. The Instagram, the the Discord, all that jazz. 36837. All right, coming back in 3, 2. So as could have easily been predicted, you did like 100 million less by relying on crit damage at 160% with crit rate at 48%. So now I'm gonna try to go do that stamp generation thing. I haven't done that before. I only got one piece to do it with. I'm terrified that I'm gonna mess it up and then I'm gonna scream. Thank God. I think my neighbors are gone. Because if this goes south, all you're gonna see is just me cursing Um, yeah. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go this way. And I know you're like, how could this go wrong? It's just my luck. It's just my luck. So premium generation. We're gonna select the stamp. This is the third piece stamp, right? Increase crit, blah, 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 blah. This is the third piece. We're at third piece. Third piece. This is the third piece. Third piece. We're at third piece. Alignment damage. We love to see you. Okay. Okay. There's a 100% chance to generate the selected basic stat. Cool. If they give me some kind of sideways ass, oh, bruh. Crit rate is most important. Alignment, and then where is, oh, right there in front of me. Confirm. Okay, it says 100% here, but it doesn't give me a percent here. Does this mean there's a good possibility that I won't get this stuff? Because then we have to fight. Because then I got to fight you. I thought this was like a guarantee, like this is what I'm gonna get. I'm so scared. Why am I so scared? It shouldn't be this difficult. Developers, I'm literally like scared. I can feel my heart in my chest right now. This is not how stamp generation should go. Just saying. All right, so here we go. It's guaranteed. Okay, Sean said it's guaranteed. Okay. Okay. Sean, if you lie to me, breaking my heart, buddy. Cool. Okay, so guaranteed. Check. Thank you. All right, so now what we're going to do is lock that up. We're going to go into, and I don't know if I have the Nexus. I don't know that I do. I might spend Jade on it just so I can do it for the video. So we'll come back over here. Let's hope we get lucky. Why do I keep missing this orange-headed dude? Carrot Top, where you at? There you go, buddy. All right, stamp. So now, I know you're here. Yay. Why can't we have more of these, though? I swear to, if you want to get into people's pockets, the whales' pockets, let them have a bunch of these, and then this game will never die. Enhance. So, select. Yep. So I know I want one roll on crit rate, but anything it hits is going to make me feel better. But one roll on crit rate would be awesome. Attack. I'm not bad. I'm happy. I'm happy. We're cool. Enhance. Events. Okay. Alignment. Okay, we're still happy. We're still happy. I'm going to need one crit rate, though, okay? I'm going to need one crit rate. I'm going to need one. I'm going to need one. So, no. Alignment. But that's okay. That's all right. I'm not upset because I will at least get, when I go to the next piece of this, I'm going to get a roll on that. That should take the crit rate up to 11.5. Do I have the stars for this? Of course I don't. I need to go buy the stars. So we will be right back while I figure out how I'm going to get stars. Boop. Dog. These are 100 a pop. Ooh, y'all evil. Y'all are evil. Evil. Dr. Evil Song. Evil is his one and only name. What are y'all doing to me? And these are sold out for 3 days. Yeah, guaranteed is clutch, Geek Sensei. It is guaranteed. Why can't we have that all the time, though? I'm not saying it needs to be like free. I'm not saying it needs to be like a free thing or like all the stuff, but like give us an event where we can get like 5 of those a week, 3 of those a week. Do you know, bruh? You have no idea. You have no idea. Like the actual, like, I'm not a whale, okay? I am far from a whale, but the amount of people who would dump cash into that system so they wouldn't have to go through the nightmares that the rest of us go through trying to get set stamps. Like, come on. Like, you could give the free-to-play players all the free dupes they want and just give us a ton of jade, because all the whales are going to be like, oh, how much for these set stamp guarantees? Okay. Here's my credit card number. You just run whatever you want to run on that and send it to me, please. Anyway, all right, so I need more dims. This would let blah. Oh, brother, why are you so expensive? I have to. This gets me for. There was a way to dismantle to get them, right? Hold up. Well, first, let's just claim all this stuff. Nope, you're not what I need to do. But yeah, that would literally be, if y'all are struggling with cash, I have an idea. Dead ass, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, y'all are missing out on money. I know y'all gotta pay the bills. That's one way to pay the bills. It's like, I just saw it too. That Key and Peele skit where he was like talking about making an app, and then he was like, oh, that's like catching lightning in a bottle. And he's like, oh, you mean like this? And then he just brings out this lightning in a bottle thing, and his friend's like, yo, forget the app. What is that thing? And he's like, oh, it's just lightning in a bottle. And it's like, yeah, dog. You're sitting here trying to think of an app to make money when you literally have lightning in a bottle. What's going on here? Anyway, sorry. Tangent. What's the other? There's another way to get the Nexus stuff. Hold up. It's a battle thing, right? But I think I've done all of those already. Yeah, I think so. Oh, this thing, but that's not gonna give me enough. So that means if I leave the crit damage on and then I run it out, get 60%. But I need to have those stars. And there was a way, and I'm genuinely not remembering right now. There was a way to dismantle something to where I ended up with some of these stars. And I think I have to do like 2 more of these. 1, 2, 3. That put me at 5, but I'm not running these rotations right now, not on stream. Maybe I'll do that later. And then the trials, not at all. I feel like I'm forgetting a source of the Nexus stars. And don't they owe us some that they said they were going to give us anyway for screwing up something that they screwed up? But I'm not going to go. There was a way, and now I cannot remember it. Let me go to the backpack. Anybody else remember? There was some way to dismantle it. Or am I mistaking it for something else? Oh, guess what I haven't used? This stamp so that I can dupe up one of the SR plus. Wait, hold up, whoa. I'll tell you one of the following weapon stamps. Oh, see, SR plus, that's what I mean. Like, they made the SR plus just as useless as the SRs. And it's like, bro, you could have not. Dismantle. No, there was some. Oh yeah, that's what it was. If you dismantle like this right here, you get the resources back from what you put into it. And then this one, because it's a core stamp, you get these things to advance your other 5-star stamps. But like, why would you want to do that? Because, well, I mean, in the beginning, I guess it's that thing that help you keep your resources, you get your money back and all the other stuff. But at the same time, like, that's not really a thing. And when you get to the 5 stars, you're not able to do that. Anyway, that's not what you guys asked for. That's beginner guide stuff. It wasn't here, was it? No. It wasn't there, was it? Anyway, all right. It was a few days ago for me. Yeah, they gave us 30 plus 100 jade. I might have already spent that. Okay. All right, so then what we're going to do is back to the character. Ah, I saw him for the first time this time. Look at me paying attention. So if I replace this here, I will have, and honestly, this 25 run is better than the 30. But if I replace, nope, this one, one attack, two ailment versus, yeah, one attack on the flat, one attack here anyway. But then I get my crit rate and my crit damage. And that puts me above 50%. But the other part of it is going to be that I'm going to, well, actively, the next thing that goes 6-star is this piece. So we'll go ahead and equip that anyway. The next thing that happens is that goes 6-star. That's 6-star. And I cannot, which I don't like, there's a lot of stuff I don't like right now. I cannot dismantle those pieces. What was this one? Yeah. Yeah, this just gives me those resources back. And then this one, you're not allowed to dismantle a 6-star piece. I can't get my Nexus stuff back. Oh well. So what we're going to come back up here and do is this. 51.8%, and now I have an additional 7.7% on my crit damage. I'm going to leave him like, wait. Based off that, when I do the one-time thing, it's going to be 11.5 instead of 3.8. So that's giving me 7.7% in additional crit rate, which is then going to put me just below 60 over here. Just below 60. I think that's close to good enough, right? Close to good enough. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right. So coming back in 3, 2. Yo, this is going to be a long video. That's going to be a lot of cuts. So you're only going to see like 8 minutes of it. Anyway, so the plan that I'm running with now is I've already switched out this stamp. So just full disclosure, as we get here to the final third piece and wrap up this video, basically, can I do this? Nope. Anyway, so right here is where I'm going to slide in and just, I have one attack there. I have the attack, the crit rate and the crit damage. When you get to a crit rate that is going to get rolled on, which it will when I go 6-star, I need my Nexus stars. I don't have any right now. I only have 2, and I think I'm going to buy some more with Jade, but we'll do that later. As going to give you 11.5% crit, right? Oh, wait. Yeah, 11.5% crit. Wait, no. It's going to be less than that. It's going to be 7 point something. It's going to be 7 point something. Was I lucky enough to roll up on this thing like 2 times? My guy, it's going to be even less. It feels like the argument is still to keep it here. All right. 3, 2. Okay, so as much as I want to leave this crit damage piece on here, I did desperately need for one of these things to land on crit rate. Now, am I giving up on this? Kind of, just a little bit. I'm going to have to go with the crit rate here because I need to be sure that my crit rate is at a higher level. If I equip this, my crit rate is going to be at like 90. Well, not 90, but 87.7 with 88.4% crit damage based on that new piece that I just added and adding crit rate and crit damage from there. When I had the crit damage piece on there, the crit rate was at 51.8%, which still isn't at a stable level to me. So though this is like a lot more, I am getting a good bit more crit damage and a good bit more crit rate. I'm more comfortable with this running. It's more consistent on what he's going to do. My absolute goal is to get this crit rate up to 70% outside of this piece so I can put that crit damage piece on there. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, so let's run this real quick so I don't. I can't do it right now. All right, so you'll be sitting at 55%. And 55% is just enough to not be enough. 55% is just enough to not be good enough. Because we need it to be at, for me, 60. I wanted to be at 70. We need it to be at 60, 65%. That's where it needs to be. And that middle piece, having those two pieces roll up on the crit rate and everything, like, damn. I really, really, really needed crit rate to hit on here. I really did. I really, really did. Just over here gambling? Damn. Matter of fact. Speaking of gambling, should I do it? I guess I'm going to do it. Because from what I understand, this event here is going to be gone in a week. We won't have any new characters before then, right? I know I need to build up like my Kenpachi stamps and everything. I have a ton of Kenpachi stamps. I don't need to build up anything for him. I have so many Kenpachi stamps because I put that on my damage dealers prior to Ukiura. The ready to go stamps were better for the damage dealers, at least from my experimenting. I cannot buy any more of these are locked. I'll get more of these later, but they don't give us any more guaranteed. This is already on all of these. Unlocks after successfully reaching 4. Aren't we already there? Wait. Didn't we do that already? All right, man. What did you say? So I have these advanced generation ones where I can switch this up and put not that alignment damage. I can't select any of these. I can't select. Also, you don't need any alt charge on TS either. It's a useless stat completely. It's a completely. That one actually, I was doing the ultimate charge rate for Inner Hollow. That's why the ultimate charge rate was there, because I was using these advanced stamps to help fix my Inner Hollow or to get better stamps for them. You know what I mean? Confirm. But right now the focus should be on Ichigo. Oh, C dot. I didn't even see where C dot was. Yeah, C dot. Wow. Oh. Hey, what's up, C dot? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Good seeing you again after so long. After so long. Yeah. So. I mean, why not? I don't know why I'm so. This is the, I guess, ADHD in my brain, where I'm just sitting here like overthinking, knowing damn well I'm just gonna rush through the decision anyway. All right, here we go. What did we get? Crit damage, attack percent, defense, and flat attack. Boo. Go. At B0, he also gets 18% through the charge stacks. Oh, confirm. Defense, HP. What is this? What is that? I had to have sounded like my mom just then, coming home covered in mud because I wasn't supposed to be playing in my church clothes, but I'm playing in my church clothes, and she's looking at me like, what is this? What is the one thing I told you not to do? I'll never forget that day. I will never forget that day. I had my fresh school clothes on. School clothes. I had these khaki shorts and I had this white Auburn shirt. My mom said, do not go play in those clothes. Do not go play in those clothes. Do not go play in those clothes. Okay. And the whole day, I did not play in those clothes. I go out, I get out of the school bus, going home. A friend and I start chasing each other. I try to cut. And when I tell you, I slid sideways and nothing but mud covered my whole right side. You talk about scared. And it was, and the thing is, it was like, it was the mud where it was like, she wasn't going to be able to wash it out. She tried to wash it out. And even when she got the mud out, it was still like that dingy mud has been here look. First time wearing it, last time wearing it. Man, bruh, I was terrified. The whole day I didn't play in this. The whole day. The whole damn day. And then the second Chris, I'm not going to put his last name out there, but still Chris, over there running, slipped right in that slid. Bruh, man. I was, rest in peace, mama. I miss you. I love you. But man, and the thing, my mom wasn't even like my mom wasn't the whipping type. There was not spankings or whatever. She did that when we were younger, and then she literally brought us in when I was like 8 or something, and she was like, I know this is what we're supposed to do. I know I'm supposed to spank y'all. I know I'm supposed to whip. I can't. I really, she was saying like she was heartbroken because she was like, I can't hit you. I love you too much. I can't. Just please don't. Like that was her like plea. Like just please be good kids because I really, really don't want to. I'm never gonna do it again. I just can't. And and that's how she never did. Like after that, I remember that moment vividly because she was like, I can't put my hands on you like that anymore. It just hurts me too much. And I didn't understand it till now I have a daughter, and it's like I could never. So I understand where she was coming from. So like it wasn't like I was gonna go home and she was gonna put a belt to me. What was gonna happen? It was like I'm gonna go home and she's just gonna give me this sad puppy look, like we ain't got the money to pay for these clothes, and you just messed them up, and I'm disappointed and I'm sad and upset. Just go to your room, kind of thing. And I'm gonna feel like, just go ahead and hit me then. I would rather you hit me, because that face that you just put on breaks my heart. Can you just get the belt? No, we still not doing the whipping. Okay, fine. I broke my mama's heart. Damn, that was like the oh my god. Oh, I'll remember that moment for a second grade. Buddy, what do you have to beat to get the new Palace Ichigo skin? Somebody brought that up. And I genuinely don't know, because I have all of the skins, and I might have his, honestly, but I don't see where they have it as like, this is like the banner thing that you get, right? But I don't see where in any of the events. Sorry, let's go back. Ichigo skin, an exclusive main city. After switching, you can move through the main cities as Ichigo in his outfit. Blah 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 blah. This outfit was specially designed for 72. Blah blah blah. Okay, so it's there as a reward for this thing. I don't know if it's one of those like you get this skin for being in the top whatevers. No, because it says top 1, 2, and 3. It does not mention the skin here at all. Good catch, though, by the way, Majet. Wait, who said that? C. Dot. It's from the... You have to run the daily collab events. But that's this, though, right? These events right here. Right? And now you can't run them because after you've completed them, they lock. And then this is settling. I am in, I don't know what, I'm in the top 6.8 percentile, but it doesn't, but when it says the rewards here, no. Wait, am I going to get another guaranteed one? Nope. Boo. Y'all wrong for that. They didn't even give it to the top people. Give them the, okay. They didn't even give it to the top folks. This is not a guarantee. Oh no, this is a guaranteed one for the basic stats to match it. See, basic, like what? Okay, whatever. The premium one would have been like best for people top 10%. I know I'm saying me, or top 100. That feels okay. Heaven Fall Thunder. Yeah, no. I don't see where that reward is. All you had to do was kill 30 enemies. But I did that though. So does that mean like when this settles, we'll get it? Because I know for a fact I killed 30 enemies, unless it's in like a thing. But here's the other problem with it too. If you can put it this way, um, Sean, do you already have it? Third challenge blast zone. I did 30. I know I did 30. Was it? So do you already have it? That's my next question. Because usually you have the hanger here where you can change them. Like that's where the soy fawn is. So I have this skin, right? You should have it then. So you guys already have it, and all you had to do was kill 30 enemies. I was consistently killing like 48 to 50 in all of the zones. Did I not collect it from somewhere? I'm guessing it wasn't like a collection thing. I guess it just came in like the mail for you, right? But I'm not tripping, but I'm kind of tripping. I'm not bugging out, but I'm kind of bugging out. Like, on principle, pay me what you owe. What are we doing? Okay, we'll take the new Kenpachi. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you owe me, dog. Like, now we're gonna keep Okiota. But what was it? What Riley said? You gonna pay what you owe. Like, if you owe me. Ew. No, I don't like any of them. Okay, this is cute. I don't like any of these. Okay, I thought for sure. Yeah. I thought for sure I would have had it. I mean, if it, I didn't even know the rules, and I don't really like pursue skins like that. No shade, but it was like I didn't pay attention. Like when I got the soy fawn skin, I didn't even like, it didn't cross my mind about going at and getting it. And somebody's like, "Oh, you got her skin," and I was like, "Oh, really? Cool." I didn't like the other skin for the other Ichigo. Where was it? Just the Shikai, not the true Shikai. Not that one. Yeah, this skin. I don't even remember where that came from. I know it was some of it. Oh, okay. Well, damn. And there was another one for Geen that I missed somehow. I play the game daily. But, alright, is what it is. Kind of sucks, but okay. I don't know how I missed it either. If I was supposed to just kill 30 enemies, I did do that like consistently every day without even like thinking about that's what it was. As the brother said, ill too. Was it? Okay. I don't know. All right, cool. It is what it is. Would have been nice to have, I guess. I don't even know what it looks like for real. I'm so tempted to like. This is where patience is a very big thing. Getting 300 more jade just so I can buy this Nexus, so I can go ahead and put that on that stamp that is going to be not as useful. So, in any case, I'll just sit on it. There was another thing I wanted to do today. We can go look at it. Okay. This thing right here. Endless Trial Tower, which I still have not beaten yet. Right? Now they say, they say that they optimize, and hey, you guys may know this. They say that they optimize Inner Hollow and Kenpachi. I've been asking everybody and no one can give me an answer. They're worse. Wait, what? 111. The new event period is ended. The remaining time is for ranking display. Oh wait, is Endless Trial Tower over? Oh. Okay. Oh, I didn't even know. Okay. But yeah, when I was doing this before, well, damn, I wanted to get through that. Oh well, it is what it is. Maybe it resets or something. We go at it again, and then this is where I got the soy fawn skin from, right? Yeah. All right. Well, there goes that thing. That's the end of that. So I'm gonna call it a wrap on the day then. I did not see any announcement where there was going to be a new Endless Trial Tower. I'll check like the notice board real fast. But Vessel of the King, version event notice, theme Endless Potential, Reforged Blade, Reclaim the Front Line, Las Noches Showdown. It's on 22nd. Deadlock Passage did that. Mighty Opponent Rematch, Push Pat to the Limits, Supplies Delivery, Faded Meeting, Deck Inspector. Okay. Twist of Fate during the event complete. Quest to earn flip attempts. Oh yeah, that thing. Okay. Wakamundo. That's about it. The Trial Tower Comprehensive Trial. Oh. Trial Tower Comprehensive Trial returns with ever escalating difficulty. A new challenge awaits. Conquer the tower to claim rich rewards. I'm a Trial Tower guy. I love Trial Tower. Just as Spike got on. Of course, it's just as you got on. I didn't even hear about optimization for Kenpachi. Okay, let's go over that then real quick. Because I heard about it because they sent me a notice for it. Character optimization. Ichigo Inner Hollow. I'm not crazy. And I asked this in the Discord chats and nobody could tell me anything about it. Like, what? And then this is where they gave us this thing here. So, like, Ichigo, Crushing, Drop, Enhanced, Centered, Burst, Battlefield Skill, Rondo. Kenpachi, Spiritual Pressure Burst, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then here's where the 30-star Nexus came from. Right, or Nexus, Stamp Nexus, sorry. I got that. So they did these improvements, and now my slash team is worse. And it's from that thing of doing it in the free training, letting it run, and then it was legitimately like, what, 100 and something less? Hold up. NBA Today. Can you tell what I was listening to? Actually, I don't know if... Oh, hold up. I don't know if I have any kind of... if your boy is out here in these streets with certain pictures coming through. Hold up. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, hold up. Now I can put it back. Transition. Okay. So here was the team before the optimization, putting up 424 million, right? And then after optimization, 371, and then it was consistent at that, right? You know, we'll record this real fast. Who cares? Okay, so I'm not crazy, okay? They did something to the slash team. And I went into the Bleach Discord where people apparently don't want to talk about Bleach. Because I asked the question like, hey, I just got this notification of an optimization for Inner Hollow and Kenpachi, and the team performs worse. Nobody answered. Okay, not even like, oh, dude, I haven't heard about that. Nobody answered. I went to like get the get help side of that Discord. Nobody answered because you guys really don't want to talk about Bleach in that Discord. Asking the people in my stream right now, and they're like, I didn't hear anything about a Kenpachi Inner Hollow thing. Now, what had happened is, and we'll do this really fast, is that I got, NBA Today. Can you tell what I've been listening to? All right, so character optimization, right? Substitute Soul Reaper, and maybe it's I don't know. That's what I'm asking this question. Substitute Soul Reaper. We have optimized several skills for Ichigo Inner Hollow, not the true Shikai that people were talking about, right? Inner Hollow, okay? And Kenpachi Zaraki. These changes will take effect after you log in again. Details as follows. And now they go into Ichigo Inner Hollow and what has changed in his battlefield skill. True Shikai ain't got no battlefield skill. Like, that's what changes in him. You have the same for like Kenpachi Zaraki and the change that they made to him. Okay, fine. They've done this change, right? Now, I'm bringing this up, and this is going to be like just a dumb short video because I have no idea what's going on. They did this change. Now, before this change, and this is because what I've been doing lately is when I'm testing out the teams in different scenarios, I'll put in, and I have I'm a nerd. I run them in the training room on auto, and then I'll compare what happens in the different effects of teams when I do like different characters and put them in different combinations, right? And then I was doing like just straight up testing for just the types as I was getting new types in, changing their set stamps, whatever. And then I save it to compare later so that way when I go Ulquiorra Resurrection versus Ulquiorra SR Plus, I know what I'm looking at and I know what the benefits are for those characters, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just not feeding you guys a bunch of BS. I do the auto because then it's consistent. It removes human error from the equation. So I can just say like, this is better than that on a consistent basis. All that to say, right? And I think I went in the wrong direction. When we go to the /team before this fix, I thought optimize meant better. Before this optimization, 424 million consistent, right? After the fact, I run the team, and now I'm keeping this stuff. 371 million, and that was the best run. It got worse. So, my question is, what happened? Anybody? The chat says they haven't gotten they didn't hear about any optimization for Kenpachi and Hollow. Okay, cool. I heard about it. I have a notification in the game. What y'all do? That's it. Just a question. What did y'all do? Can anybody help me out with that? Can y'all put that in the comment section? Any of it. I am fully, and here's the other thing too. Right now I have gone through the set stamps and I'm trying to like fix Kenpachi and Inner Hollow, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that is because after this optimization, I went through and just looked at their set stamps again. But before that, the set stamps, the core stamps, all of that was the same because this was only over like a 4-day period. You heard about I had the testing for them and the True Shikai and everything else, and I was running the teams, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That was all like 4 days before this happened, and I was focused on True Shikai and Nell and Mayuri and building them up. I was not touching my /team. So, ¿qué pasó? And why am I the only one that got this notification? Guys, I don't know, but I got questions. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please. Comment section, let me know I'm not the only one. Please. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time. I don't know I don't know what it is. All right, so now I will bid you guys an adieu. I appreciate y'all. Somebody let me know something. I'll see you guys next time.